Good morning. Today I'll be showing you how to sidechain in Linux Multimedia Studio, or LMS for short. So over here I have a simple kind of song thing. Now that's without sidechain, so I'll show you how to do sidechain, how to make it. Go to your instrument plugins and either really pull out anything you want. I usually use Binvader, but other people use Triple Oscillator. It's up to you, because it doesn't really matter in the end. Once you have your synth of choice open, just go to the FX area, open up a peak controller. Once you have that open, turn down the bass to 0, turn the amount to 0.35, mute the effect, and that's almost done. Next, what you're going to do is go to the effects mixer, add a new effects. You don't want to add it on the master, because that will go bad. Add a sidechain compressor, and once you have that open, go to the S/C level, right click it, go to connect to controller, user controller, which is this one. Just click this button up there and then hit OK. Now of course you want to select it to the right. Actually it doesn't matter, because that's just click one unless you have other peak controllers in use. If you have other peak controllers in use, then you're gonna have to figure out which peak controller it is. Next, that's pretty much it. You have basically everything done. All you need to do is add it to the synthesizers and do the sidechaining, which we'll get into. First, go to your synths, or what you want to have sidechained, and just simply move it to move it to effects ones. We need to go back to the sidechain compressor, because I only added it to the connect to controller. So you do need to adjust one of these knobs, and that's ratio, threshold, attack, and release. I've never really touched the other knobs. You don't have to. Ratio, generally 2.5 I find to be decent / good. You need to adjust it sometimes, maybe up a little bit, maybe down, depends on the BPM, because again, the majority of this is going to be BPM. It's going to be dependent on your BPM. So go to the threshold. I usually find threshold 0.11 or 0.3. Go to your release. I usually turn this down at the 140 to 150 BPM range to generally around like 12. The attack down to like somewhere just around 2.49 or something along the lines of that. That's it for the sidechaining. Now that you have all these synthesizers connected to your effects chain, you're basically done. All we have to do is now draw out the notes that when the kick and the snare is going to happen. So just simply hit Control A, Control C, then go to your synthesizer / sidechain of choice, and then hit Control V. Same thing with the snare. Make sure none of the notes are overlapping. Hit Control A again, and then just simply drag across. So if you do have notes overlapping, So if you do have notes overlapping, like something like this, then simply just go to your first note, downsize it, and then put it back. If you have notes overlapping like this, for instance, they're stacked on each other, just delete one and then just move it down to the small note. If you don't, then it's basically you're going to hear nothing. Now that we have all the notes like this, you're basically done with sidechaining.